because, you know, fame can also be a burden, right? Fame can be a burden. Let's be honest. What the drill, Odison MC fam? If you don't know who it is, it's that boy Artis. So peep it. Next up, we got NF. Leave me alone. Alright, y'all. Really into this. It's fire. Production went up. Vocals, just flow switches, flow change. You can hear the So, what we're gonna do is get into it and move on. I heard that he's not under a label. This is his own thing. But I also heard he had 2 people help write and produce. Some guy named Tommy and some other guy named Cole. Help write and produce this most of the songs on the album, or this song, whatever. It don't matter. Anyway, you know NF is probably, you know, it's all under NF influence. Damn, I couldn't get that out. See, I fumble over words. So anyways, if you're new to the channel, make sure you don't forget to hit that sub button. First thing you do, please. Then comment. Thumbs up. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. All right, somebody's calling. Somebody calling. Pick up.
Stricken, handle business, not a joke. Yeah, manners missing, travel different, no control. Yeah, time to listen,
this is banging.
Time to zip it, keep it closed. My description, highly gifted. Takes
wait a minute, wait. What did you just say?
Handle business, not a joke. Yeah, manners missing, travel different, no control. Yeah, time to listen, time to zip it, keep it closed. My description, highly gifted.
Oh. Hold up. I gotta go back to the beginning.
Panic stricken, handle business, not a joke. Yeah, manners missing, travel different, no control. Yeah, time to listen, time to zip it, keep it closed. My description, highly gifted, take some notes. Yeah, lack of interest, why'd you visit? Hit the road. Yeah, I'm kinda twisted, so keep your distance, be a ghost.
Lack of interest. Why'd you visit? Go hit the road. Right there, he's talking about one of his insecurities or one of his obsessions. You know what I'm saying? One of them burdens on that. Lack of interest. You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely part of depression, is lack of interest. So why'd you visit? Basically depression. Why are you here? You're kind of twisted. Keep your distance. Be a ghost. Like, I don't want you here. Like, get out of here, man. Like, you always come at the worst times, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel that he's saying right there. Ooh, but what I just realized right now that I'm looking at, this is great because I get to see a big screen, so I get to see a lot of things. I see people with white coats, and I also see a gentleman, I don't know if it's a shadow or what, dressed in black. Let's see what that symbolizes. Or unless he's just in the shot and he was not supposed to be.
Jesse, I'm invented, but quite the menace. You ain't know? Well, then I'm offended. Let's jog your memories. Here we go. Yeah, I went from nobody to kind of famous.
Okay.
Hide my plaques inside a closet. I just can't explain it. My wife, she tells me that she's proud and thinks that I should hang them, but I just leave them on the ground right next to my self-hatred. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, you know, he said kind of fame. You know, I went from nobody to kind of famous, which is kind of underplaying his fame. So he really can't be all excited about it. Like, yeah, man, I really did something. His wife is proud of his plaques that he's gotten. She's like, hey, man, why don't you hang him? You know what I'm saying? You should hang him. I'm proud. Pride, but pride in a good way. Proud in a good way. So guess what? He doesn't have joy or happiness. So guess what takes over? You thought it. You got it right, darn it. who takes over there. You know what I'm saying? Just all of the depression, all of the stuff hanging and weighing on him, and said, nah, man. I'll do Pride. Pride can hang with me, man, as long as he's on the negative side. But if he's on the positive side, want to hang up there, you know what I'm saying, up where everybody can see it, nah, man, I'm going to be down here on the floor. Next to my self-hatred, because I hate anything that has to do with happiness, damn it. And that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. So, let's get back to it. Damn, I got all into it and shit and gave up. What the hell was that? I tell you, I ramble, y'all. I do. I really do ramble.
Yeah, man, hide my plaques inside the closet, I just can't explain it. My wife, she tells me that she's proud and thinks that I should hang them, but I just leave them on the ground right next to my self-hatred. Yeah, mental health, where's my mental health? Diagnosed with OCD, what does that mean? We'll gather around. That means I obsessively obsess on things I think about. That means...
Did you notice that? He says, mental health, where's my mental health? Oh, diagnosed with OCD, whatever. He says... But basically what he says is, all right, everybody gather around. OCD. When he started saying OCD, okay, everybody gather around. What I know, so wait, that guy got a carriage and black balloons. But let's get back to the part when he says gather around. The white coats that I called OCD in the search turn right around, like they flock, like they want to flock, like they're paying attention when he said that. OCD. So this is either one. So that's got to be his OCD, which are, you know, OCD is thoughts. So they're either his thoughts, his OCD thoughts, which are memories, which can be all of that. You know what I'm saying? All of that intertwined. So thoughts, memories, you put that all together. That's what OCD is. It's just the repetitive thoughts and memories. So, like, you do things by memory. Like, if you come into that, like some people with OCD, they go into a room. Before they step over a line, they have to do something. You know, they have to do some whatever and then go, you know, and that's all memory. That's all muscle memory and everything else. And that's also out of thought because you're going to compulsively think, if I don't do that, he's going to have to go back there and do it. If he passes that line without doing that, he's going to go back and do it. People with OCD does that because it's just a thought that they take and they cannot get it out of their head until it's done. And then again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Anytime that thought comes to their head, it's a wrap, man. That's...
Next to my self-hatred. Yeah, mental health. Where's my mental health? Diagnosed with OCD, what does that mean? We'll gather
See?
around.
Now they all come towards him.
Obsessively obsessed on things I think about.
See?
That means I might take a normal thought and think it's so profound. Ruminating.
Ooh.
Feel balloons are full of doubts. Do the same thing.
Oh! Balloons are full of doubt. Full of doubt. And what? He says... ruminating, which means what? Ruminating means what? Deep thought. When you're sitting there in deep thought, you're thinking deeply. You're in deep thought. In the search, he said, I'll leave you in deep thought. I never could swim in the kiddie pool. Something like that. It was in that. So he just said ruminating, which is in deep thought. Deep thought. That's why he can't swim in the kiddie pool, which is what? Shallow. This picks up on that. Because think about this. He says ruminating, deep thought. Then what does he say? Balloons is full of doubt. What is doubt? It's a shallow thought. It's kind of like a thought, right? But it's full now of doubt. Usually what has balloons when they're walking around? A child. Kiddie pool. Now it's full. The balloons are full of doubt, which is shallow. So it's kind of like, damn, it's kind of like an oxymoron, but he's touching back on that. Just look at the parallels. Ruminating, which is deep thought, just like he said in the search. Just like he said, I cannot swim in the kiddie pool. He does a reference to that because kids usually have balloons, but what is it filled with? It's full of doubt, which is shallow. Child, shallow. He does go back to the search about because I know that's what he's doing right here. Let's go.
If I don't, I'm really obsessed on things I think about. That means I might take a normal thought and think it's so profound. Ruminating. Feel balloons are full of doubts. Do the same thing. thoughts are pacing. They go round and round and round, it's so draining. Let's move on to something else.
All right, so they go round and round and round. What's it called? What happens when something, he says, they're so draining? You know, so the thoughts are so, they go round and round and round. They're so draining. What does a drain do? When water goes down the drain, what does it do? It circles around, and then it drains, right? That's why he says they go round and round and round like they're in his head, and it's so draining. It drains his brain. I like the way he does equivalent a lot to like fluids. I don't know why. I've always said that. I asked him, I'm like, you thirsty, man? Like, dude does equivalent a lot of thought to fluid. I don't know why, but he does. I mean, if you think about that, you know what I'm saying? Thoughts are, you know what I'm saying? They go round and round and round. Think about it.
Something else, fine. Running
Oh, hold on.
else, do the same things. If I don't, I'm overwhelmed. Thoughts are pacing. They go round and round and round. It's so draining. Let's move on to something else. Fine. Running the game and they don't even know it. Like I'm undercover and no one to blow it.
I'm running the game and they don't even know it. Like I'm undercover with no one to blow it. Okay. I'll go with that.
They come out and know it. They don't even notice the flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. I'm under.
Wow, the flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. Yo, that's hard. I'm running the game and they don't even know it. Like I'm undercover with no one to blow it. My flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. Oh shit, that's hot. Yo, those patterns though, huh?
The weather, but wind isn't blowing. I got an umbrella for difficult moments. You gotta admit it, I'm very devoted. I'm out in the rain, but it don't always alright.
I'm under the weather, the wind isn't blowing. Which means what? When you're under the weather, you're sick. He's saying, I'm under the weather, the wind isn't blowing. That means he's sick. He's not sick. He's sick. He's off the, not in a bad, just sick. He's got some issues there. And what does he say? I got an umbrella for difficult moments. Is that what he said? For difficult moments?
When when to blow it, they come out and know it, they don't even notice the flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. I'm under the weather, but wind isn't blowing. I got an umbrella for difficult moments.
I got an umbrella for difficult moments. Okay, so you're having a bad day, which is a difficult moment, difficult times. So it's kind of gray outside. It's a gloomy day. Which you're having a gray day. You're having one of those rainy days. An umbrella for difficult moments.
But you gotta admit it, I'm very devoted. I'm out in the rain, but it don't always alright.
Oh, that just tops it all. He said, I'm out in the rain, it don't always open. Or caught out in the rain, it don't always open. So he's saying when it rains, it pours right on his head, man. He got no protection. That was deep, y'all. That was deep. Like, that's depression right there, man. Gloomy days. He's talking about his depression, man. And he said he had a breakdown on the search. So he's going through depression. He's got OCD all around him. The compulsive thoughts, which also carry his burdens around. And wow. And there's a guy following him, which I think it's when he had his break, maybe, it's another him. You know how you talk to yourself? It could be that. Wow.
Hold up my balloons and cover up my face.
Okay.
I can feel them weighing on me every day.
Shoot. I just talked to somebody. I remember in the comments, because I was saying the balloons are burdens. That's what's weird. Why do you accumulate them to burdens when balloons are light and burdens are heavy? And the person said, well, they might perceive to be light. But you get what I'm saying? Because I was sitting there saying my equivalency was the light balloons. Maybe they're so light. Burdens are heavy. I admit that. But the light balloons means that the burdens that he does have got him to the place that he's in. It got him to the top. It made him float to the top. He made it there. That's still my opinion. And there's no argument with burdens are heavy. And that's the reason why I said that's the only thing I can think of is that, yes, they are heavy, But they made him, you know, because of the, you know, because balloons float, the burdens rose him up, you know, because he's always holding on to his burdens. Well, he went up with his burdens, and now look at him. He's at the top of the rap game.
I should let him go and watch him float away. But I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid.
Oh, he said he should let his burdens go. And well, he's talking about his balloons, which is his burdens. Thank God you guys told me that. He said, watch him, let him go, float away. But he's scared if he does, he'll be more afraid. So he's in conflict. Yeah, man, that goes back to what I said if you think about it. I'm scared if I do, I'll be more afraid. Think about it. His burdens gets him through a lot when he's on stage, fear, all of that, you know, all plays a part in his rap game. You know what I mean? When he needs a therapist, he goes to his rhyme book and gets it all out on his rhyme book. His burdens is what got him to where he's at. And he's scared if he lets him go, damn, maybe my burdens might overtake me completely. I don't know. Or maybe if I let them go, I'll be more afraid because what comes next? You know what I'm saying? What comes next? If I let my burdens go, will I still have all of this as a rapper? Will I still be this rapper that can talk about this rap stuff? Just kind of like a broke rapper. Now he's a rich rapper. How do you talk about being broke if you're no longer broke? So how do you talk about burdens if you no longer have burdens to talk about? I'm telling y'all, something to think about. Y'all might not agree with me on that. I'm still on that page. Even though I know you guys heard this a million times, I'm just saying this is what I'm consuming from it. That's all.
Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. Tell them how I feel, but they remain the same.
Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. All right, so they don't want to change, and then tell them how I feel, but they remain the same. So basically, what he's saying, it's on both ends. It's like, yo, listen, you guys hurt me, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? They don't change. And then what's it called? Then they stay the same. And then he tells them how he feels. And then they stay the same, meaning that, hey, man, no matter what, you still continue hurting me. You're still going to continue hurting me. So no matter what, it's they hurt him. Basically, what it breaks down to is they hurt him. They hurt him emotionally. They drain him emotionally. All of that. Wow, it took all of that to say that? Damn. Sorry, guys.
Loosen up my grip. They say that's not okay. Quiet, 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 quiet. Hey, leave me alone.
That's who he's telling to leave him alone. His burdens. Quiet, 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 because they're all in his head. And he's saying, leave me alone. Because he says, loosen them up, and they say that's not okay. When he says, loosen up my grip, they say, nuh-uh, that's not okay. And that's when he's like, quiet, quiet, because they start screaming at him. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to scream at him now. And that's why he's like, quiet, quiet, leave me alone. That's crazy, because he also said OCD pushing his buttons. And that's when those people with the white coats came out. I'm telling you, man, those are OCDs.
Hey, yeah. Quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone. I hate when they debate if we're underrated. We're so overlooked that they're looking over our numbers, Nathan. We don't do enough interviews or go out in public lately. We don't post enough on our socials to keep the...
There it goes. See how doubt's coming into his head right now? Saying, we don't post enough. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I hate they look, yo, we're underrated. Look at this. We're that. We're this. Kind of like fear. Kind of like fear's back. Like putting all this doubt in his head and fear. That's a lot, man. This is what's in his head. Look at his OCD sitting around him. Remember, he said, quiet, 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 leave me alone. Now look, they sat his at that. What's it called? He's trying to, what's it called? Now, guess who's running it? Doubt or something is running the show, trying to talk to the OCD, saying, listen, we got to get him to think this way. We got to get him to do this. Look at what they're thinking. Look at, they think we're underrated. And then that plays into OCD, and then OCD starts running wild like, oh my God, they're going to think we're underrated. You know, and he's just start going frantic. Preaching.
Buzz from fading, let it fade, yeah, let it fade. Once it's decimated, then you drop a song out of nowhere and all the fans embrace it.
See? He's like, let it fade. Let it fade. Then you drop a song from out of nowhere. Then the fans embrace it. And then what does his OCD do? Point to his burdens, because they're the ones carrying his burdens around, and they keep them burdens alive. Telling y'all.
Puzzle surface again is part of my operation. I don't need advice from my doubts right now. End of conversation.
See? I don't need no advice from my doubts right now. End of conversation. What are they doing? Doubt was preaching to his OCD. So Nate tried to take over and said, hey, let it fade, man. We don't do enough. Who cares? I don't want to be bothered. This is me. This is what I do. This is how I do my shit. But he tried to take over the conversation, right? But guess what? OCD, he's getting double teamed. He's getting double teamed. OCD is kicking his ass, and all his burdens is, so they're teaming up against him. So as soon as he fights doubt out of there and then speaks for himself, his OCD comes in and says, nope, don't want to hear it. Right back to him. It's back to you, doubt. Take over the show. The floor is yours. And guess what? You know what happens there?
Shut your mouth, yeah, shut your mouth, better.
Now guess who's back in his cage? Nate's back in his cage with his OCD pushing him around. I fucking love being good. It's a joke. That's called pride. Yeah. Yo, man, I'm telling you, that's OCD, man. That's OCD.
Tone it down, close it now. If you make a sound, I'ma change it down. Funny how they be acting loud. Coming on it now, floating round. Man, the kid is.
Yeah, you can change it down all you want, brother. Tone it down, man. It don't matter. They still coming. Yo, they got you, bro. There's too much of it. It's too powerful, man. Too powerful, man.
Wow, pretty wild, true. I'm kinda funny, but don't really show it. I keep it together, but have a disorder. I go to my room and I sit in my corner and talk to myself in a language that's foreign. I think of a rhyme and I have to record.
Boom. What does he do when he has a breakdown? Because right now, he's basically has a breakdown. He's locked in a cell. They basically owned him. They owned him. Like mental health always does. It owns you. If you don't got help for it, it owns you. Get back in your cage. Human or body or whatever you want to call it. He's back in his cage. They're owning him with a big smile. And he says, I go to my room, talk to myself in a language that's foreign, which is what? His music. Thank you very much. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I do.
But no, if I don't wake up in the morning and question my life again, always avoiding. I hate to be different, but I hate to be normal,
So he hears a rhyme. He has to record it. Because if he doesn't, the morning time will come, man. And guess what's going to kick his ass? Yeah, you can go to sleep. That's the only time it's not an issue. When you go to sleep, you good. But when he gets up, brain starts working. Start like doubting yourself. Like, dude, should I have wrote that rhyme? Damn, why didn't I write that rhyme? Damn, what was that rhyme? Oh my God, what was that? No, it wasn't that rhyme. You know, you got doubt, you got your OCD, you got your doubt, you got your OCD, and it fucking go crazy. Yeah, man.
I have a disorder. I go to my room and I sit in my corner and talk to myself in a language that's foreign. I think of a rhyme and I have to record it. But no, if I don't, I wake up in the morning and question my life again, always avoiding. I hate to be different, but I hate to be normal, so I hold on.
I hate to be different, but I hate to be normal. I can't decide. One hand, NF hates to be different. Other hand, OCD hates to be normal. It's you fighting your, you know what I'm saying? NF don't like being different. He want to be good, even kill. But then he hates to be, you know what I'm saying? Normal, because of the fact that his OCD. But then it also works in his real life because it's like, damn, without this, do I have that? Ah, damn, this is tiring, man. This, and there's still a lot to go.
My balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away. But
what the fuck is going on?
I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid. Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. Tell them how I feel, but they remain the same.
Oh, snap!
Okay, quiet, 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 quiet. Hey, leave me alone.
Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. But they remain the same. It's all the same, man. His OCD, his burdens, man, it's all the same, man. Just different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you could dress it up however you want, man. It's all the same shit. Hey, man. I like the way you broke that down, brother. The way it is like, yo, I could get rid of my burdens or whatever, then my OCD kicks in and then my burdens come back. So it don't matter. I could take one out, but one will come back from the other. What am I gonna do, man? It don't matter. Go ahead. Yeah. I got rid of you, burden. Now this OCD comes up, starts stirring up crap, burden comes back. Cause guess what stirs up the burdens? The OCD, man.
Back in No Name, I said fame called.
Yes, I do.
Told you I hung up, it kind of felt wrong.
Okay.
Finally called him back, we didn't talk long. He asked me how I'd been, I sent him this song. Yeah, think he took offense, he kind of seemed off. I texted him that night to ask what he thought.
What?
It took a couple days to get a response, but once I finally did, he said the song sucks.
Ooh. I like the way he put that, man. So, Famous calls Fame, takes a couple days, you know, because obviously Fame, you know, there's double edge on both sides. He don't want to be all in the spotlight, but he is, and he doesn't do interviews. He doesn't do that stuff. Like he said, you know, we don't do interviews, Nate, you know what I'm saying? And the buzz from, what we're going to do to keep the buzz from fading, all that stuff. And then he says, you know, he calls Fame, gives him this song because, you know, Fame can also be a burden, right? Fame can be a burden. Let's be honest. It can be a burden on movie stars. So he calls him up, calls up his burden, Fame, and he says, hey, Fame, what you think about this song I wrote about you? Get that shit out of here, man. That song sucks, man. I'm better than that. Yeah, it's crazy. This shit's dope. I like the way he's twisting this shit up. But it is hurting my head, man. I might have to take a... Damn, King, you snore like a wolf.
The symptoms couldn't miss. I texted him that night to ask what he thought. It took a couple days to get a response, but once I finally did, he said the song sucks. Feel the symptoms, couldn't miss them, wrestle with them, then I pin and flip them. Brought them back up nowhere, you should get some. Who you dissing? Mood is switching, don't come in the kitchen, you should listen. Cooking record for my hands are blistering. So persistent, don't forget this, hold attention.
Wow. See that? That's his confliction, okay? You write a song, you don't want the fame, but then you don't get the fame. You write music, but then it's like, wait a minute, yo, how you gonna say my shit sucks? What? Who's in the kitchen, hands are blistering. He's like, yo, I'm hot, boy. Like, don't you tell me that song sucks. It's a conflict, man. It's always a conflict with Nate and all that, with his burdens, man. Y'all is, yo, good looking out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of this stuff, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't know if you guys didn't clarify, you know, on things that we touch on in these videos. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all is a huge, huge assistance in this journey. Because I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have paid attention or done any of this. I'm mad late to the party. I mean, real late to the party. That's kind of crazy, huh?
Shoulders bending, no pretending, open-ended, low percentage, so demented. Whole consensus, flow tremendous, no apprentice, no incentive, show intensive, so possessive, tone aggressive. Watch your step when I
Woo!
my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away. But I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Hey. Leave me alone. Hey. Yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone.
Wow.
Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone. Hey. Yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yeah. Quiet.
Yo! Now I get the phone call, y'all. This is him going... Yo, this is getting so good. He's fighting with his burden fame, man. That's the phone call. You know what I'm saying? That's why the phone was ringing and stuff. And he says, you know, I hit up fame. You know what I'm saying? So this is the burden of fame. I like that. Yeah. Man, yeah. Fucking bravo. I don't care, man. That was dope as shit. I like that puzzle. I'm loving the puzzles. Yo, this is making it fun, man. Y'all making it. Y'all making my... This is fun, man. Like, this is for real, no cap fun, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for introducing me. Yo, y'all wasn't lying about the search, though, man. This is hot. It's just crazy because I can't really enjoy the bars like that because I literally have to pay attention because the pressure's on. You know, if I mess up, then you guys are going to look at me like, dude, we're really interested in this guy reacting to our stuff. Like, are you serious? Like, this guy's just a loser. He doesn't even pay attention. But at the same time, he's not really into the music. So it's like kind of like I'm conflicted shit. But yeah, man, I got that. Fame. A little burden there. That's where the ringing goes. And then guess what? He's about to hand off fame, that burden of fame, but then he held it. Yo. This was his last album, wasn't it? Ooh. Hopefully he's coming with another one. But I think to leave it like that, he's coming with another one. I think he's trying to make y'all think. That'd be messed up if he didn't, though. I know there would be a riot. But that's the burden of fame he was about to hand off. If he hands that burden off, that means he don't want it no more. That's dope, man. That's dope. All right, man. That was NF. Leave me alone. The link to that video will be in the description below. Go over there. Get them views up. I'll be that boy R. Despace.